On June 2, 2026, the United States Trade Representative released a massive bombshell report. 60 of the world's largest economies were just put on official notice. From Canada and Mexico to the entire European Union. The investigation revealed a universal failure to effectively prohibit the importation of goods produced with forced labour. Welcome to Customs Manager. Today, we are taking a deep dive into this groundbreaking Section 301 report to understand exactly how forced labour is distorting global trade. More importantly, we will provide you with actionable steps to protect your supply chain from this massive compliance threat. Many businesses mistakenly believe that if their own country has domestic labour laws, they are completely insulated from forced labour risks. This report proves that domestic laws are simply not enough to stop the global trade of illicit goods. When an economy fails to ban the import of forced labour goods, it essentially becomes a dumping ground for illegal products. The International Labour Organization estimates that forced labour generates over $63 billion in illegal profits every single year. Because forced labour is not voluntary and not fairly compensated, it artificially lowers production costs. When these artificially cheap goods flood the market, they destroy fair competition. The report highlights specific examples like tobacco from Malawi and rice from Burma, and frozen beef from Brazil. Legitimate companies that pay fair wages and invest in compliance simply cannot compete with the artificially suppressed prices of forced labour imports. Furthermore, the lack of global import bans makes it incredibly easy for bad actors to circumvent the rules. They use complex intermediary manufacturing in third countries to hide the true origin of raw materials like cotton and polysilicon. So how do you prevent your company from unwittingly funding this illicit trade and facing catastrophic reputational damage? You must take proactive control of your international sourcing right now. Here are 3 highly detailed strategies you must implement in your supply chain immediately. Strategy number 1 is radical supply chain transparency and raw material mapping. You can no longer rely on simple declarations from your direct suppliers. You must map your entire supply chain down to the raw material level to ensure your inputs are not originating from high-risk regions. Strategy number 2 is implementing independent third-party audits for all high-risk nodes. Basic corporate questionnaires are completely useless against organized forced labor networks. You need unannounced on-site audits by specialized professionals who know how to identify the hidden indicators of forced labor. Strategy number 3 is advanced regulatory monitoring and cross-referencing. Your compliance team must continuously monitor enforcement actions like the US Customs and Border Protection withhold release orders. Even if you are not importing into the United States, these lists serve as a critical early warning system for global supply chain infections. Building this level of defensive infrastructure requires deep technical knowledge of international trade regulations. At Customs Manager, we help global businesses completely redesign their supply chain due diligence policies. We provide elite auditing and mapping services to spot forced labour evasion tactics before the cargo ever leaves the foreign port. If you are concerned about your current global sourcing networks, send an email to info@customsmanager.org. Our senior trade experts will help you audit your high-risk routes and secure your supply chain. Subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into global trade compliance. Protect your imports and know your suppliers, and we will see you in the next video.